And more on really the breaking news of the day. Steve, your reaction to what appears to be a growing divide on policy in this war between the Biden administration and Benjamin Netanyahu's government.
Well, it's very clear now, and it's not just those of us who have been staunch supporters of Israel who say this. Is very clear that the official position of the Biden administration is to allow Hamas to win. That is their position. They are saying very clearly Israel should just stop. Don't pursue Hamas in Rafah, even though we know that there's at least 40% more. The Israeli government, they say we've got about 40% of the tunnels and Hamas's capability knocked out. We still got to finish the war. We got to beat them. Everybody knows that actually, if you leave any of Hamas intact, and they end up being able to come back and recontrol Gaza, that is going to be a disaster for the region and for global security and America's national security. Despite all of that, the official position now from the Biden administration is, no, you can't do Rafah. Do it some other way. Jake Sullivan up there saying, oh, there are other ways in which they can win this war, not telling anyone, least of all the Israeli government, how they're supposed to win when you have Hamas deliberately, as we've known all along, using their own citizens as a shield and sacrificing them in order to cling on to power. But that's the Biden position now. It is totally disgraceful. It is totally driven by domestic politics. John Kirby was not telling the truth there when he said that these decisions are made in the U.S. national interest. They're not. They're made in Joe Biden's political interest.
A look further into the Democratic Party that he represents now. And you can see, if you go back to Michigan some 2 weeks ago, you had 100,000 people who voted for a non-committed candidate. And 16 electoral votes in Michigan come November, Steve. And both campaigns, the Trump team and the Biden team, have their eye on it. Go ahead.
And that, exactly as you say, you've got Michigan, high concentration of Arab Americans there, very strong opposition to what Israel is doing there, and Biden's worried about that with Michigan being such a crucial swing state. But right across the map of the swing states, the other massive problem for him is the young voters that he relies on to be part of his coalition in order to try and get him across the finish line. They too don't agree with what he had been saying in the initial aftermath of October the 7th. And so now what is he doing? He's pandering to them. And this is what I've said all along about Joe Biden. This is why you can never trust Joe Biden. Right from the beginning, he's 50 years in politics. He is a totally unprincipled machine politician. All along, he's been on every side of every issue, abortion and taxes, you name it. Why? Because he's a machine politician who doesn't actually have any principles, doesn't believe in anything except his own political advancement. And now we see that being played out in this appalling mess too.
It's hard to know this, Steve. We were told last week that Israel believes there are 99 hostages still being held. And apparently, to some degree, there are talks that are ongoing. That could release maybe 40 of the 99 is the number we were given earlier today. In exchange, Hamas might get up to 800 prisoners in Israeli jails, of which there are 100 who are in prison convicted of murder. I don't know if this ceasefire deal makes it more possible at the moment that 40 or 50 or 99 hostages may come home. Do you see a glimmer of optimism there that may shake these stubborn negotiations and do just that, Steve?
I don't know. I'm not optimistic, I've got to tell you. I mean, I think that, Israel has a priority here, military priority, which it has to be able to pursue. And we have to be able to support, even if our own administration here isn't. They very much care about getting everyone back alive. So they are making these huge concessions. They're already pausing their action every single day in order to comply with some of these requests. So they're already doing a lot. I mean, by the way, there's an article I encourage everyone to read in the New York Times today. David Brooks, columnist, who says very clearly in that he's talked to all the experts, Israel is doing much more to protect civilian life now than even we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. They're bending over backwards already. We have to support them.
Steve, thank you. Steve Hilton. with those comments today.
Thanks, Bill.
Steve, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.